Hi everyone, we're back with your HR hotline question of the day, discussing COVID-19 in the workplace. I'm Michelle Rakebrand with CBIA, and today we're going to talk about the new federal guidelines that were issued for reopening the economy, known as Open Up America Again. So these guidelines have been issued for both businesses and individuals to really transition back into everyday life, but we're here to focus on just the employer guidelines today. So these guidelines are outlined in a three-phase approach to reopening the economy on a state-by-state or county-by-county basis by satisfying what has been called gating criteria. So in order to satisfy the initial gating criteria, a state or a county must do the following. They must see a downward trend in flu-like symptoms and COVID-like symptoms within a 14-day period. They must see a downward trend of documented cases within a 14-day period and a downward trend of the total percentage of positive cases within a 14-day period. Additionally, hospitals must be able to treat all patients without crisis care and have a robust testing program in place for at-risk workers, and this is going to include an antibody test. So now let's talk a little bit more about the three phases. So during that first phase, a business is really allowed to enter phase one based on that satisfaction of the gating criteria that we just discussed. And in that phase, an employer should really continue to encourage teleworking, but they can slowly start to transition workers back into the workplace. However, common areas should remain closed because we really still want to maintain social distancing and not having workers congregate in the workplace. Additionally, we're still going to minimize non-essential travel, and in the case where non-essential travel is required, we're going to still require the CDC guidelines for isolating post-travel. Additionally, employers are really strongly encouraged to allow for accommodations for personnel from vulnerable populations. So that's phase one. What's phase two? So as we move into phase two, we're really going to have to require the states and regions to have no signs of rebound at this point, and also have to satisfy that gating criteria for a second time. And so once that happens, we can still have employees start to slowly transition into the workplace. Non-essential travel at this point will be allowed, but we're still gonna really have common areas closed and maintain as much distance as possible at work. So lastly, we have phase three. So a state and region can enter phase three when there's no evidence of rebound of COVID, and they've also now satisfied the gating criteria for a third time. And at this point, we can really resume business as usual. There's going to be no staffing restrictions on work site. And so as Connecticut, we have been hit a little bit harder by this virus, so it is going to take us longer to enter phase one, but hopefully, if all goes well, we can start to enter the phase one process within the next few weeks. So thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to follow us at CBIA News on Twitter, or feel free to contact us at any time at 860-224-1900. Stay safe out there.